Hey, it has been a minute. Blessings to you all. I've got my son behind the camera, and he is recording me right now. It was put in my spirit to go ahead and do something like this. Shout out to my brother Rain, and calling this the second Exodus walkout bag. What a lot of people in the world know as like a bug out bag, get home bag, preparedness bag, emergency bag, whatever have you. So it was put in my spirit to do this. I've been doing stuff like this for a long time. The Most High has definitely blessed me to be a blessing to others and showing people what I know and the knowledge that has been given to me, to which I'm just going to go ahead and put out for y'all. So this is my rendition of it. You guys have probably seen a lot, so this is just mine and what the Most High has given me. So real quick, I'm just going to, one second, son. I'm going to show you what I got. This is a, considered like a 1 to 3 day bag. It's got my walking sticks on the side, which double as something else, which I'll go ahead and touch on in a minute. They sort of serve as like a dualistic purpose. They have two functions, which I'll explain. On this side, I've got a canteen. On the back is my tent. And I believe that's all you can pretty much see from the outside. So I'm going to go over here to the couch. My son's going to follow me, and we'll go ahead and I'm going to go through the contents for y'all. As I said, this is a 1 to 3 day bag. And the way that I have it set up, and this is an extra bag. I actually just put this together last night. This is an extra bag. I didn't want to go through a full content list of any of my main bags. This is just one that I had laying around that I wanted to show you guys what you can, kind of do. So when I say 1 to 3 day bag, that's meant to say that it'll sustain you for 1 to 3 days. All right, and you'll pack it as such. Now what I have here is what's called a Maxpedition Vulture 2 bag, geared to the 1 to 3 day bag, and I've got it kitted out or loaded out from the order of how I'll need to access things. Okay, so I've got my tent mounted on the outside with my walking sticks. My walking sticks will either be mounted to the side, or they also serve as being able to support my tent system, because they're based off of these walking sticks that you can expand out, retract, etc., etc. So I've got my tent on the outside and all this one, and my walking sticks on the outside, because these will either be in my hand if they need to assist me in walking, or the first thing that I'm going to do if we need to set up camp is I'm going to go ahead and get shelter going. All right, so that's why my shelter system is on the outside. So how I access the shelter system is that buckle right there. Undo these, slides off, and there's my shelter system. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and unload this how I would unload it in a time of being able to set up camp. That's given the scenario that I'm afforded the luxury of being able to set up camp. Sometimes when you stop to rest, it may be to use the bathroom, it may be to warm up a quick bite to eat, to replenish and nourish yourself, attend to a wound, such and such, such and such. What's that, your alarm? What's it going off for? What you got to do? I'm just messing with you, son. Alright, so I've already removed my shelter system. I'm going to remove these side buckles to get those out of the way. And I'm also, this is just the way that this bag is set up. It has retention straps on both sides. And so I'm going to go ahead and unsnap those to be able to access the main part of the pack, the most internal part of the pack. And you know what? I messed up on my own rule. Rule of thumb is that if I'm opening from the top, I usually want my zippers to be accessible from the top. That way, if I'm in a hurry to access a med kit or something like that, it's all up top or whatever. And maybe even leave just a little bit of room so I can do something like this real quick. All right. So the main part of the bag that houses things that I will be accessing, given the opportunity that I can go and set up shop. We can camp. All right. So this is a inflatable sleeping pad. These are a day's worth of clothes, which is set up for 1 to 3, but I'll go through that here in a second. And this is a 35-degree cotton down sleeping bag. I'll tell you this, I primarily prefer synthetic bags because they dry out quicker than cotton, but they're a lot more bulkier than cotton. As you can see, this one compresses down pretty small. So in this instance, I'm using a cotton bag, down bag, and we'll go through kind of the drawbacks of having a cotton down bag versus synthetic and vice versa momentarily. So that's it for the innermost portion of the bag. I'm going to go to the second most inner portion. That's kind of like you can say secondary, like an administration pocket. Things that I would need once I've got my sleep system set up. So I would set up my tent, have all my gear on the inside. That way it's out of the elements from getting rained on, getting compromised, from getting stolen, such and such, such and such. Set up my sleeping stuff, and then we go here. More than likely I'm going to be hungry. And so in this bag, on this portion, I've got my Bible. I have got a pan that folds out, small pan. Oh, that's right. In this particular one, I just flipped the handle upside down, and it turns into, actually I've got that the wrong way. Whatever, as you can see, I can remove the handle and put it as such, and it turns into a little frying pan. This is a fold-out stove. Both of them are titanium. It's not because it's not a preference from the standpoint of, you know, it's nice and expensive, but it's light. It's light and it's strong, you know, as opposed to steel. So there's a saying that ounces equal pounds and pounds equals pain. So you'll definitely want to keep that in the back of your mind when you're trying to kit out your bag. Here we've got hygiene kit. That's just your basic necessities: toothpaste, deodorant, a toothbrush, and some body wipes, which also can double as TP if you need it. Is that still showing up okay on there? All right. We've got a mini boo-boo kit, or a little med kit. So it's got a SAM splint in there. It's got some ointment, some triple antibiotic ointment. It's got a few Q-tips in there. Let's see, few small wraps. Band-aids, of course. It's got some sterile gloves, or nylon, not Nylex, but latex gloves. Let's see, got a picture of my big-headed daughter in there when she was like 1, and it's just, you keep little reminders of things, to keep yourself, motivated to move, and hence my word. Picture of my daughter. Let's see, I've got a Write in the Rain notepad here and a pen. And in the bottom, we've got 3 days, I'd say 2.5 to 3 days worth of food. I could probably stretch it to about 4 if I'm doing my thing. And that's it for the innermost portion, well, second innermost portion of the bag. This third one houses a electronic kit, which I'll go through here in just a second. I'm gonna try to keep this as brief as I can. This is a special balaclava. I won't go into that right now, but that's a little something different. Here, you've got a few basic principles that things that you'll need to survive. You need shelter to protect yourself from the elements. You'll need something to insulate you from the ground and to also keep you warm while you sleep. That's a sleeping bag and the sleeping pad. And you'll also need a means of setting fire, or making fire rather, and water purification. So in this little kit right here, and again, this is just, like I said, 1 to 3 day, all right? I've got 3 fire starting kindles by Wet Fire, to where you don't necessarily have to use the full bar. One of these bars you can split up into like 5 pieces, and just shave them off, and it's still considered, you know, combustible. You can still set fire to it. So I've got 3 of those, which potentially can account for multiple fire starting sessions when I need to eat or keep myself warm. For water purification, a lot of people use pumps. I've got pumps, I've got filters, I've got a few different means by which I can make my water clean. This is the most foolproof, easy thing to use that I've come across. It's Polar Pure. I don't know if these are readily available anymore. They got banned for a little while. The one of the ingredients in here was known to be able to be used in the production of methamphetamines. You may want to look and see if this is still out there. Otherwise, people use pills. You can also boil. You can pills, pumps, filter, and keep in mind there are waterborne viruses out there. All right, contaminants that you do not want to mess with. All right, all the food that you can consume can be wasted by diarrhea, and you have to work triple as much as you. It takes a lot to get back on track when you're dehydrated and famished. So, anywho, Polar Pure water disinfectant. This goes for viruses and everything else under viruses. All right, viruses are the most microscopic agents that can really mess with you, and you can die out there from that stuff. So I take it very seriously. Little small Bic lighter, still got some juice in there, and that's to set fire to the wet fire tender. And a compass. This is a sun tube compass that you can wrap around your wrist. I keep it in here just for the 3 main points. You got navigation, you've got a way to set fire, and you've got water disinfectant. I figured keep it in there for the big 3, as I call it. And I forgot to show this. I've got I believe a 1.5 liter or 2 liter Camelback water bladder in there that's insulated. It's an insulated holder for it, and it's also an insulated hose to keep things cool. I like, cold water. So I believe that is it for the outside of the pack. Real quick, because my son has a date or whatever he's got to do. This is still showing up? All right, you said he's got to be done at a certain time tonight. Lord knows what you got to do around here. What you got to do?
I have a show.
You got a show. All right, I got you. So when I say 1 to 3, you've got I've got a pair of pants. I'm just gonna roll it out. A pair of pants, 3 pair of socks, 2 pair of drawers, 1 shirt, and then 1 matching bottom for the shirt that I can sleep in if I need to. Otherwise, I'm good to go. All right. 3 pair of socks. You can consider 1 day. All right. And I don't do, like I said, I did say there are drawbacks to cotton, but with anything on your body, that you're perspiring, that you're working, and that you're exuding energy, You definitely want to make sure that they're wickable materials, things that wick the moisture off of your body. All right, and so these Under Armour, I want to say drawers, we'll say undergarment, for lack of better words. They help wick away moisture. They help keep things less sweaty and more prone to, or less prone for you to get chafing and things like that, man. There's nothing worse than having chafing or chafing issues or friction issues while you're on the run, all right? Or while you're being mobile or active. These socks, not cotton, they're merino wool mixed with like nylon, spandex, and I think like an ecstatic silver fiber or whatever. All scientific stuff that just says, hey, these socks will keep your feet clean, less prone to blistering. I do have a boo-boo kit within the boo-boo kit for feet for blisters. So that's very important. If your feet go, everything above that is compromised. All right. So I think I got, that's one pair. Yeah, 3 pairs of socks. Real quick, for the electrical kit, the components that I keep, just a simple flashlight. It's pretty bright. But just a simple flashlight that takes a AA battery. Get out of here, dog. Go. Hey, there you go. Get out of here. Some spare batteries, and then what is it? External battery bank to keep phone charged, and to recharge batteries, which I actually need to put my other battery charger in there. That's one thing that I'm missing. But otherwise, for 1 to 3 days sustainment, I mean, I've got 4 batteries. Oh, and then the one that's in there. And I highly recommend Interloop, Sanyo Interloop, or I believe they're Panasonic now, AA batteries. Low drain, low discharge, and they'll hold a charger for a while. All right, so these are some of the best ones out there that I've stood by for years. Last but not least, but certainly not, like less important than anything else. This is very important. This is sustenance. I've got food, and you know what? I love y'all out there. This is for the body. This is for the kingdom, man. I do not want to pull this stuff out, but I'm going to, because packing it up took some effort to get it streamlined. So for food, I've got some Tyson white chicken. I've got some premium white chicken, great value. And I've got some non-fat dry milk. All right, the non-fat dry milk is to supplement with oatmeal and hot cocoa. So I've got, let's see, 1, 2. How many hot cocoas I got in there? I thought I had more. Well, 2 hot cocos, 2 things of chicken, 2 Uncle Ben's rice, a what is that? Frog Fuel protein shot and caffeine. Those are pretty good. I've got a thing of tuna in here, sweet and spicy tuna, to supplement with rice. So just split it up. I've got, how many of these? 3 of these shots. These are pretty good. Pretty good. And give you a real good boost. Assortment of oatmeal packets. Some vitamin C to supplement with, to put in with the water. All right. And also have these, I've got 3 of those vitamin C packets. 3 of these 3-in-1 sugar creamer coffees that are really good. G7 coffees, 3-in-1. It's the perfect mixture to have, for me anyways. I like it. Some Clif bars, chocolate chip. I thought I had another Clif bar in there. I'm supposed to. Oh yeah, I ate one. I ate one. So yeah, as you see, I've got some stuff to replenish in here, because I usually I've already used a little food out of this. I usually have 3 of these chickens, and I think I skimmed out and replaced it with the smaller ones. 3 of these rice packets. 3 of the Swiss Miss. Thank you, son. My man. And then a little bit of breakfast that I mix in with the milk. Maybe even a little chocolate too. These noon tablets. These are what are these? These are like Gatorade in a pill, pretty much. All right. I ran into a nasty issue of a case of hyponatremia. For hikers out there, you already know what that is. That means when you fill up your bladder with just regular water, not tap water, but just regular purified water or filtered water. That means no nutrients, supplements, salts, or anything are in it. When you're out and about and you're exuding that energy, when you're sweating, when you're perspiring, you're sweating out minerals, salts, and all that. If you intake just regular water, you're not getting any of those nutrients back in, and you're drowning your system with just water, nothing in there, whatever. So in that case, I mean, you can alleviate that by using tap water, which I highly recommend against. You can either use spring water, like bottled spring water, or just use the purified water and put one of these tablets in there, and you'll be good to go. Electrolytes and all that good stuff in there. So I believe. Oh, one last thing. 2 things that you should have on you already is a multi-tool. This is a Leatherman Blast. Oh yeah, it's the Blast. Okay, my other one has the Leatherman Wave. As long as you got a multi-tool to be able to do a multitude of things with at a moment's notice, that's fine. And also a means of protecting yourself. In this case, this is a 5-inch fixed blade used to protect yourself or to procure wood or kindling to make a fire. That is pretty much it. Hopefully this was beneficial to the kingdom, to the body. It had been put in my spirit to do this for a minute, and after a conversation that I had, I said, yeah, I'm usually pretty private with my stuff, but this is different. This is for the body. It may help save people. May help people out there. So otherwise, you all be blessed. If you guys see anything in here that you could or think of anything that I can add, I'm always up for advice, so drop some comments. Otherwise, who knows, maybe I'll come back with something else. This is just a 1 to 3 bag. This is very minimal compared to other walkout bags that I've got built, help people build, and yeah, like I said, I just put this one together last night. So even my son, I helped him put his together, and now he's like on the fast track of being able to know what he needs at a moment's notice. So otherwise, I'll go ahead and let you guys go for the evening. It is Friday. It's about 6:30. God bless all of you, and shalom. I'll take that, son. I love.